James Bedford. What would you do with Cody Rhodes in WWE if you were still a booker? How long does he have his title reign? I feel they oversaturated with so many long reigns. A surprise loss would be big.
Well, we talked about it last week, and we showed a clip of him showing up at a personal appearance, and there was a line of 2,000 people because summer business is usually down. So it's a good time to have. You don't want to, you want the babyface chasing going into Mania.
I was just going to say, so then fall into Mania, you have something happen, he's got to work his way back.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, summer's a great time to have a babyface for your champion.
Phil Godby, you motivated me with a cameo. I've lost 150 pounds, got the mane, but I'll never have your swagger. Have you always been a confident guy?
Well, when you wake up with 11 soft, it's pretty hard not to be.
But this is a fine question, Kevin.
I remember being a kid. I was tall and thin and got fucked with, and they called me praying mantis. I hated public speaking.
What got you over the hump then? You went into a business where public speaking is the bread and butter.
I started playing ball, and next thing you know, I was a freshman on the varsity team, and all of a sudden, I couldn't drive, but the juniors could, and I started hanging out with the junior girls, and next thing you know, Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah, so when did you know that you'd be successful at basketball? Loving to play basketball is one thing, but when did you know you had the chops to compete internationally?
I got my first basketball questionnaire after my freshman year from the University of Wisconsin, where you fill it out. And John Powers, I think, was the name of the coach. They had Carrie and Kim Hughes, 6'11" twins at the time. And I was famous. My first letter was from Wisconsin. So I was just like, fuck, man. Like, everybody gets, shitty letters. I got a Big Ten. Like, my first letter was from a Big Ten school. So I was just like, and then by the time I was a junior, it wasn't a school in the country that I didn't get a letter from.
All right. What was the story? Your mom wanted you to stay nearer to home?
She wanted me to be within, we came up with 500 miles from home. Because that meant they could get there to see me.
So Detroit, where would that have put you, east-west?
Knoxville was 514, I think.
Oh.
So that was like as far south as I could go.
Right.
And then I think that in her mind, she thought I'd go to Michigan or Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. Indiana would have been okay with her too, obviously. Right?
Except that Bobby Knight came in my house, and the first thing he said was, "You're going to cut your fucking hair." And I was just like, "Oh, la 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 la, not hearing the words you got to say, Coach Knight. Fuck off."
Yeah, if that was day one.
Yeah, like
your coach only got a smack. Was it a smack or a choke? What happened?
He just got a fucking open hand bear paw off the side of his head.
I think it would have went worse with Bobby.
Yeah.
Why was Bobby such a successful coach? It's more than the X's and O's, right?
I think that I think there's a lot of guys from that era. I mean, you say the same thing with Woody Hayes. They were fucking maniacs, but they somehow did some Spingali on you where you didn't want to disappoint them.
Like a part cult leader, part father figure.
Yeah.
That witch doctor mix, right?
I think a lot of times, that I wouldn't know this for a fact, but I'd like to see how many blue chip recruits they got that didn't have fathers or didn't have strong fathers.
Very interesting.
And that's kind of where he became that father figure.
Mm. All right, someone from the house. Who's going to
Or, I mean, or it just could be fucking tomfoolery. A little fun time with Coach Sandusky in the showers.
Ah, yes, those shenanigans.
The old soap monster.
You can rephrase the how'd you get your confidence back to that